Tokusatsu Gagaga is a show about coming out of the closet. It's also about Power Rangers. Kinda.
I love it.
Tokusatsu is a style of filmmaking made popular in Japan that features over-the-top action and special effects. While we have the Avengers here in the West, they have Godzilla and Super Sentai. Super Sentai is a show made for Japanese audiences that's yearly repackaged in the West as Power Rangers. You probably remember it as that show you loved as a kid, or maybe even something your kids are watching now. In Tokusatsu Gagaga, Kano Nakamura is a mid-20s office worker with a dark, terrible secret that she struggles to hide from her co-workers. She never grew out of Super Sentai. Well, a show created analog for Super Sentai called Not only does she still watch this program meant for children, she is a super fan, living in an apartment filled with memorabilia. Early on, the show dives into a lot of queer subtext, intentional or no. Nakamura has this secret she keeps from everyone around her, and in the very first episode, we discover why. As a child, her mother forbid her from watching tokusatsu shows seen as inappropriate for a girl. This mindset never left Kano, who always felt the need to hide her passion from the world, even as an adult. Most people in the queer community probably have a similar story to share. No matter how well-meaning the parent, some traditional values end up doing more harm to a child than good. This includes gender stereotypes, which are still in place in most toy aisles where Barbies are completely segregated from the Spider-Man action figures. Even before they're old enough to read, we railroad children to conform into what society expects from them. Things begin to look up for Nakamura as she discovers a fellow adult fan of tokusatsu while riding a train. This is the first step in her finding a community, as this finally validates the feelings and passion she has for her favorite show. However, as this friendship blooms, more people discover Kano's secret. Luckily for her, these people have secrets of their own. Once a local shopkeeper finds out about her undercover tokusatsu hobby, he opens up to her about his own love for an anime series that targets little girls. When a coworker notices what Nakamura's been up to, she hesitantly reveals that she is a fan of a local boy band. The group comes together to share their passions with each other and help maintain each other's secrets. For a lot of people in the queer community, a big part of coming out is finding your new family. As of this recording, gay marriage has only been legal for 5 years. We're only now seeing trans people allowed to play themselves on television. Even now, there are people afraid to speak their truth because they may not have a home to return to if they do. This is why the community is so important, because that support system literally keeps people alive until they are able to stand on their own. In the end, Kano has to stand on her own as well, as her mother finally discovers what her daughter has been keeping from her all of these years. The two finally let it all out, and it does not end well. However, with this, Nakamura has finally freed herself and can finally start living her own life. Like Kano, I'm a tokusatsu fan myself. I grew up with Power Rangers and still check in on it from time to time. While I've never been afraid to show off my passion for helmet and spandex-wearing karate fighting dudes taking on rubber suit monsters, I did hide my attraction to men from the people around me for much longer than I wish I had. Tokusatsu Gagaga is a very silly show. Nakamura navigates her life by having delusions of the tokusatsu heroes she loves so much. This manifests as Monsters of the Week taunting her about her fear of being discovered. Her attempts to hide her passion only lead her into very elaborate schemes with the end goal of buying a toy. But through this silliness, You can see that this is a person suffering, who can't be the person they know they are because society won't allow it. Through the family they create, they're able to step up and take on society on their own terms. Tokusatsu Gagaga is a show about coming out. I mean, I ship it.